Chinese-esque draft from them. And, you know, Nine Pandas did make life difficult for all the Chinese teams. The defeat of Team Aster at Bali to Nine Pandas ensured that there's only 2 Chinese teams at the region going to TI. So if they've been watching those replays, hopefully it's with some salt, but also learning exactly what that squad did right.
Yeah, I'm loving Bright's draft as well for some reasons. It's just like a lot of AoE big combo wombo spells, you know. It's Dota. It's true Dota, you know. That's how it's supposed to be. Some black holes, some ravages, some supernovas, static storms.
I mean, the only hero that doesn't have a cool ultimates are these 2 middle, right? The Leshrac and the Morph. Their ultimates or whatever.
Yeah, but Lash is still one of those that you need in a big combo wombo lineup because he cleans up, right? Like he comes in with all the necessary damage. No, he fits in. He fits straight in.
Hoping for some beautiful Dota for this game too. As the first little skirmish of the game is going to happen. Dome and DQQ forcing away heat from the Bounty Rune. They're going to get some bonus gold necessary with an Alchemist in the game. It's only going to be 2 though overall, unfortunately for them.
Yeah, 2 for 2. We'll see how Alchemist does in this lane. Like he still has the Warlock to heal him up. At the same time, I feel that Phoenix and Tide can slow you down anyway. They don't have to hit you, they don't have to bring you down, they don't have to kill you. It's just the Anchor Smash plus Fire Spirits, right? Like Anchor Smash once, Fire Spirits next. You're just losing a lot of CS. It can happen.
Yeah. What an annoying spell to have to deal with. But Alchemist just trying to farm himself away. This mid lane, the Leshrac versus the Ember Spirit, for the most part that I've seen it, it ends up being somewhat Lesh favored, but most lanes are like this for Lesh. Lesh doesn't lose lanes, so it's fine. And top, it feels like this Disruptor can't put a foot wrong, right? Because Undyne can definitely get brought down here between the Lycan and the Rubik.
Yeah, definitely. It all depends on the trades between him and the Rubik, right? Like, if Rubik steps out of position, if he gets glimpsed, Heat can follow up with some waveforms, so... Yeah, they can... I believe there's a chance to kill both of these supports. The cores on top, way more difficult.
They're just too tanky. Down bottom, I don't think Summer's ever gonna die. SJ potentially could if he eats like a Gush, a couple of Fire Spirits.
You don't think Summer can die? Like, I can always imagine an Alchemist dying, going in too deep, trying to get that one extra last hit, you know? It's like there's...
I'm just anticipating SJ always having Shadow Word for him.
Yeah, that's true. Like, he should be healed up quite often. It's just like... I know how I am when I'm playing Alchemist. I just always want to go get that one extra creep and I can get punished for it. It's more value, you know, just the greed, the actual greed.
High risk, high reward, man. That's the only way to play Dota sometimes. So far though, they're just chilling, just farming away. He's gonna try to build into his rads as soon as humanly possible. Do you think the Tidehunter goes for a meme hammer this game, or is it going to be like some other build from him?
Well, if he goes for... They already have ways of taking objectives, right? Like you've got this Slash as well on your side. I guess you could go for the meme hammer. It's not that bad on him. What would you go if not? Like just pure utility?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe like Blink, Lotus Orb, something like this.
Yeah, if you go for more utility, it's a bit safer into the Lycan, just being able to stand in front of the tower, defend it. But I feel like Meme Hammer is the call. Yep, he has it queued up.
Getting us the memes. I also really want to see this Lycan. As you mentioned, he's been banned out game after game after game after game. So we have to see exactly why in this situation. And Dome has been one of the more stable offlaners. But one thing that does concern me though, you mentioned at the end of the first game that you didn't necessarily feel his map impact on the Beastmaster. And Lycan is supposed to accomplish similar things, so definitely hoping for a better read of the strategic situation from him here.
Yeah, I feel like it's literally the same playstyle, right? Like you get that creep, you just run across the map, make stuff happen. Right now it feels like he recognizes Oh, actually, never mind. He had an urn queued up. No, it's Rubik, okay. So Rubik is gonna be building the vessel. Undyne actually forced TP.
He is fine, bro. He's chilling.
Yeah. So the itemization on top lane from the two of them will be most likely Vessel on the Rubik, and Dolme will be building that Overlord as soon as possible. I do like it.
Down bottom, the one issue that this Lycan's going to have throughout this game is definitely the Irving Tidehunter. Getting tankier and tankier. And he has some pretty high CS numbers overall. That should put him in a very decent spot in terms of the net worth. And them forcing him out is likely not going to happen. Oh no. Dude, Summer is playing like he has the Warlock right behind him, even though that is not the case. But because they think he's there, they don't try to over-punish him in that situation.
Yeah, he's still keeping up with the CS, right? Like 25, not too shabby at all, gets healed up. He also can make some stacks on that medium camp. Farm it up perhaps, let's see. He sees the wolves. Yeah, stack it up, use that acid, and it's all good. Like these two teams are very evenly matched in lanes, I feel like. In the last game as well, we really didn't see a lot happen until the first rotation from the mid laner. And it seems like that's gonna be the case again.
Last time it was Phoenix with a haste rune on a TA, so if he gets a haste rune on a Leshrac, could make a big move as well. Gon, of course, can just naturally do so once he hits level 6. So the next few minutes, gonna be make or break for both of these lineups. They might be setting up for Gon here, because DQQ is here to support him, hoping for a kill onto Phoenix. Sadly though, by the time he comes in, they've already missed the window. They will not find the kill. Undyne might end up dead instead though, as he does get chained to the ground. No level 6 just yet for the Ember, but he just hit level 6. Able to jump down on Undyne and get the first blood kill for himself. Phoenix hoping to try and find revenge by bringing down DQQ, but he's out of mana here, Lizard. He's going to end up dead himself. SJ shows up to provide some upheaval, and that's going to ensure that Phoenix will not escape. Gon will get himself a double kill. Amazing time to be alive for this Ember Spirit in the mid lane.
Yeah, he's having a really good time. The same way the last game the TA was having, now it's Ember's turn. Like, he's the one. And the bottle refill. And SJ, by the way, channeling upheaval, not going for that last hit on Lash. Would you have done that? Be honest with me.
100% I would have taken the last hit.
Yeah. My boy.
I tell my mid laner is tax, bro.
It's exactly what I wanted to say. It's rotation tax.
But that's how you know. There's a reason why SJ is right now competing to go to the TI. Knows what's up. Knows the stakes. Give Gon every resource possible. So life is nice right now if you're on the side of Holy Grail. Of course, the other lanes are also going quite decently for them. Dolme is up on net worth over and above Heat on the Morphling, which we definitely anticipated. Alchemist is at the top of the net worth because, you know, it's just Alchemist. And so far, they don't have to make any big moves, given that Gon had his rotations come towards him. But they're going to find Phoenix as well here.
Again?
Inside the jungle. He's trying to farm up some camps. And Phoenix going to get jumped on. Gon finds the Searing Chains. They should have the damage here. The Slide of Fist will come out. It's going to kill off
the bonds, man.
And my goodness, the Fatal Bonds doing a lot of work on the creep camp. They're going to steal this away as well. He's not done. Gon looking for another double kill. Slide of Fist comes in, gets the double, and gets glimpsed back to safety. Thank you, Undyne. Thank you, Team Bright. Gon walks away with a double.
Dude, he's just having the game of his life right now in December. SJ as well, using Fatal Bonds on all the creeps and Lash, spreading out all the damage, feeling goddamn amazing.
Dude, Gon, you know it's a good game for you when you get a double kill and then you get a regen rune. And now they're thinking about just rotating bottom. They weren't able to find the D ward with the sentry.
He's gonna steal. He's gonna steal the stacks.
Yeah. Oh no, it's even worse, man.
Dude, this Warlock is level 5.25. Ember is 8. Like, they're gonna get a ton of XP from this stack as well. Phoenix at least is kinda in vicinity, so he's snatching some, but yeah, Warlock is also having a really good time. I feel like Clash is another one of these heroes that you kind of want to have a good early game. You want to have some stacks. You want to be able to actually be pressuring and not be pressured in the first 15 minutes. Especially if you look at the net worth, he's below Lycan. He's going to be afraid of the Wolf even. And these creeps are just going to harass him out of fights.
Does seem like it's going to be a difficult game for him. Also has to, you know, you don't have that one-stop shop. It's fine. I'll buy BKB, I'll be okay. Gotta worry about these big chaotic offerings dropping on your head. Gotta worry about just the overwhelming physical damage they have. And there's no like Lich that they have on their lineup, right? No Lich. Nobody wants to buy AC really. Like no, maybe Tidehunter can buy some Crimson Guard item, but beyond that, protection against physical damage is just not going to be happening for them.
Yeah, just Tidehunter. That's it, like you said. It's all on him. Stand in front, buddy, and protect everyone. Honestly, yeah, you can have a lot of advantage on Holy Grail. At the same time, it's very easy to throw it away. Like all these big ultis, right? All it takes for Team Bright is one good fight. Some Supernova, Ravage, or Static Storm, Ravage, whatever. You can combo so many heroes.
You've got Tentacles, you've got Burn damage, you've got Egg. The follow-up with Split Earth.
Sounds like a cartoon I watched recently. Anyways, Morph playing on top lane. Once he got a Falcon Blade, like farming up. I've seen Heat join fights very early on with Morph too, so we can see that happening.
For now, though, he just wants to get this mask, farm up, not have to worry about anything in life. Dolme is already finished with the full Helm of the Dom. Now he needs to get into the Helm of the Overlord. That's not going to take too much time, especially since Heat is now being pressured underneath the tower, and there's no supports that can help him out anymore. And the G calls will come. Everybody's ready to play some Dota. Let's go. Game 2 continues. And Holy Grail. Yes, they can throw away the lead, but you only throw when you're in an advantageous position, and that's definitely where they are right now.
Can't stop the Irving train though. Tidehunter with that meme hammer taking down the tier 1 tower before Lycan even hurts the tower on top lane. So map opening up a bit for them. Irving in a pretty good spot. Like if he wants to, he could actually go top when Lycan starts rotating in, trying to take the tower. Or mid.
He can just do whatever the hell he wants. I like the fact that he's buying a Solar Crest as well, recognizing that they do need some plus armor in some category here. And this mid tower, Dome has abandoned the push towards top, like you mentioned, coming mid to assist. But Irving read the move. He's here in time. He is getting slowed by upheaval though, so they could actually try and jump him. Dome goes into the shapeshift.
He's got Ravage.
Able to drop down the kinetic field. He does indeed have Ravage. They'd be happy if he just left. They want the tower. They don't really want his life. So they'll happily let him go in exchange for the tier 1.
I don't think I've seen a worse defender in my life. I'm kidding, but if he stayed, he definitely dies. So he decided, yeah, the right idea is definitely to go back, and that's it, just survive. He doesn't have any ultis on his supports. That's the problem. If he had, he could have defended. He could have popped Ravage, and then they help with it. But it looks just funny. He goes in, kind of pretends he's protecting the tower, and then just like, yeah, peace, guys, you can have it. I'm gonna farm the jungle.
It's that thing where you walk into a place, you're like, this is not my scene, I'm sorry. I gotta leave right now.
Yeah, you slowly sneak out, you know, just back out of the room.
I'm going to the bathroom, but you just leave. So Heat, what's he got right now? Morbid Mask, Piggy Pole, going into Manta Style. Fairly standard, right? I don't think this is the game that he needs Lincoln Sphere, so I prefer this instead.
Yeah, it's just that he's sticking around on top lane, and I don't think they can defend this. Let's see, Phoenix is thinking maybe? Nah, he's not gonna go. Basically, they had no TP on Lash. Without that TP on Lash, without him using Twin Gate, I can't see them defending. So instead, they try to take down mid. At least for a little bit, meme hammer it down. I do like the fact that Alchemist is finding quite a lot of space now for Team Grail.
Yeah.
He's got that Radiance completed. Not the fastest Radiance ever, but his network is very solid. Getting a BKB blink and they're pretty much set, ready to fight.
What is that team called that he was on last season? Dandelion, yeah. Where he played, there was a point where he literally played Alchemist like 5 games in a row. It was kind of hilarious to watch. So this is their back against the wall hero. They're like, we think we're gonna lose. Whip out the young Alk. Let's see what he's got. Not that far away from the BKB in this game. And then maybe they want to start pursuing fights across the map, joining up with Dome as he's pushing the dangerous areas right now.
Yeah, it was a really good patch for Alchemist back then when he played it, but this one is as well. Not as strong as the new patch just hit in, but still, like, I feel it's a decent Alchemist game overall. Ember. Yeah, this game is both teams. I shouldn't say this game. This series has been very passive from both teams. I think they're like really good friends in real life. They don't want to kill each other. They don't want to hurt each other's feelings, you know. You farm your side of the map, we farm ours.
It's one of those things where you're not going to get, after the game is over, we're all talking or hanging out at the restaurant. It's like, bro, you're not going to tell me I only won because we dominated the early game. Like, we beat you fair and square. All got our items, all got to the mid game. We started fighting and we just executed better than you. Can't complain.
Yeah, no tips are gonna happen. Or if tips happen, they're actually gonna be some wholesome tips, you know.
Your team being like, you played well. Or the enemy team tipping you at the end, being like, well done. Go to the next stage.
So what's happening so far? Tidehunter is still trying to meme hammer down the tier 1 on mid. There's the first smoke. They're about to have Vessel very soon, but it's not really a big deal. They can still smoke up, maybe catch this Phoenix or Lash.
Yeah, they really want the Phoenix Leshrac though. Imitator ready yet again to break the smokes. He's always in position to do this. And he does so successfully, enabling Phoenix to get away. Undying even pops the smoke to assist him with some move speeds just in case.
Yeah, the danger is DQQ, right? Like, he's the initiator and he has waveform, so maybe Disruptor was afraid some waveform into lift would catch him. Really nice kill for Rubik, because off of that he's gonna have a Vessel.
Vessel fully complete. He's sending it out on the courier right now whilst his team takes down the tier 1 tower. Unfortunately for them, nobody went to check the Wisdom Rune. That's one thing Team Bright has just been much better than the side of Holy Grail with. And now
Glimpse.
Down bottom, SJ gonna get Glimpse back. Phoenix is gonna kill him off. Gone are the days, sadly, where you collect some Bloodstone charges, but still feels good to reveal your item with a kill.
Definitely, but I'm still very surprised that Team Bright didn't mount a single defense on the tier 1 towers. Like, I get it. You might not be always ready, but like, so far they've lost 2 towers because of TPs. Literally, the lack of TPs cost them 2 towers. Down bottom now, Tidehunter didn't have it, so he couldn't connect on time. And before it was Lash on tier 1 top. Let's see mid, Irving.
They're gonna try go for the Tidehunter. It does have Ravage. Doesn't really have that many allies nearby though. He's gonna try his best. The Glimpse back, at least delaying matters somewhat.
They've got
Would he be able to buy enough time for the squad to show up? He's thinking about it. They're gonna go for Undyne on the back end though, and with the Disruptor dying from Summer, that means that definitely Irving will hold on to the Ravage and instead commit his life. So 2 heroes picked up. Holy Grail, yet again, getting good stuff. And look at this, a cart wagon, a young Ancient Thunderhide, tier 2 tower middle could fall as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, it was very similar in last game when Dawnbreaker was playing alone. For some reason, Irving is, like, in multiple games that I have watched so far, just on his own island. Like, he's just playing his own game, everyone else is just chilling, farming up. I don't feel that they're that weaker at the moment. I still, yeah, we're playing into Alchemist that finished off the Radiance, but I feel like you could still mount a normal defense or a normal fight. Like, your team fight is no joke. Just look at these heroes on Team Bright.
Absurd amounts of team fight that they're not utilizing at the moment, sadly. Actually, have we seen any of their big spells? I don't think we've seen a single one, right?
Nope. Not a single one. No Ravage, no Phoenix Egg, no Static Storm used.
It's fine, boys. We're keeping it for game 3. It's okay.
Yeah, they stack, you know, like Midas. If you don't use them, you get multiple charges.
There we go. First Rocher of the game happening as Dome and the crew will back up Summer in his attempt to bring down the big man. And there's no way they're going to respond to this in time from Team Bright. On the Bright side, they might be able to put some pressure into this mid lane a little bit, open up some space on the map. But you are going to now be playing into an Aegis for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, that's the Aegis now. Alchemist with the Blink Aegis. I don't think they're gonna let Team Bright dodge these fights. I feel tier 2 on top lane is the next target. Maybe they use the Twin Gate and defend bottom instead, but like you said, Aegis on Alchemist puts them in full control now. Is there anything
Phoenix
big?
Dead? Oh no, Phoenix is dead. He's unscouted. He's trying to get out of the TP, but the Rubik is there with the cancel. Telekinesis holds him in position. Summer stuns him off, and the crew finishes him off. Ouch, that was not supposed to happen.
Yeah, Lil Wolf's always nasty, right? Like scouting out, giving a target to TP on as well with Boots of Travel. That's not supposed to happen, like you said, but so far they've just given in. They're letting Holy Grail just do whatever they want on the map, and these things will happen. If you're trying to split push 24/7, you're gonna get caught, you're gonna eat some losses.
On the bright side, they have only 1k technically as a deficit. Obviously, Alchemist's net worth is always super inflated, but besides the Alchemist, the net worth distribution is very, very positive, and Team Bright shouldn't feel like they're too far behind in that regard.
Yeah. No, they're still farming up. That's what happens usually when you split push all the time, right? Like while Holy Grail is moving together and trying to take objectives, which they are taking, Team Bright is just farming the map. That can go a long way until you start being choked inside of your base. Like when they start pushing meaningful objectives, like, that's when you're gonna be like, okay, we actually have to defend. And the problems start happening.
Game's still fairly static right now. You see this Rubik? Is that a full Blink dagger that he finished off? No way. Yes, it is. Wow. Blink Spirit Vessel, 19 minutes into the game for DQQ.
Yeah, most players don't even have the blink or just get the blink, so really nicely done by him. He was involved in quite a few kills, like he's been farming the map too, out-pushing.
I love also how easily they can clear waves. They have Fatal Bonds plus Fade Bolt, and then anything afterwards, just sneeze at these creeps and they all just die.
I do like the Ags as well on Lycan. I feel that's the new build, right? Overlord into Ags. You can have 2 dogs now, so.
Gone. Just a quick grab onto Imitator on the back edge of the fight. Bye-bye Phoenix. And tier 2 tower is definitely going to fall. You were mentioning it just now. They can't necessarily dodge these fights in the situation. And they might catch Irving down bottom as well. They had a scout out onto him. They know where he's at. But they're not bringing down the TP, so the watermelon should live.
He's TPing back. There's a Tormentor to take between him and Morphling, I suppose. Meanwhile, someone got married, so if you can hear honks coming from my mic, that's what's happening.
Hey.
People are passing my house honking. Do you have that, like in South Africa, do you have that same tradition?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. What often happens as well is that, especially if you're in, like not in the middle of the city or the suburbs, in the outskirts of the towns or in like rural areas, if someone's getting married, the whole street's shut down. It's just like cars on cars on cars, all honking. There's some people walking next to it singing, you know.
Yeah.
It's a very fun time.
Yeah, same.
Same
fun time for SJ. He gets tipped, dies to the Tormentor. But yeah, it's
At least
the same
his team is cool. They're going to reserve the wisdom rune for him, you know? They're going to be like, it's fine, buddy.
Yeah, same thing here, you know, like some huge line of cars, most likely some guns, AKs firing into the sky, you know.
Have you ever shot a gun before?
Never, actually.
I've only done it once, but it's been a very long time. Definitely before I was ready to do so.
I would, but I'm traumatized by sniper, you know, just... I've been through that patch.
Not enough. The ho-ho and hard enough. It's okay.
Exactly. I've had enough for 2 lifetimes. It's fine.
Right now, Holy Grail trying to end some of Team Bright's lives here, as they're going to smoke up with 3. Looking for a way to enter the fight. There's a lot of damage between just these 3 heroes, if they can find the initiation. But they don't have any positive vision onto any of their foes right now. Although they have an idea that Heat is down bottom.
Yeah, that idea, if he sees the acid spray, he should, right? They should not catch him. Let's see. There's a chance he shows himself on this creep wave, but still, like, catching him is going to be really difficult. Yeah, just the illusions and twin gate from him.
They're going to realize now where he was, but it's a little bit too late.
What happened though? Aegis got reclaimed, right? So if you're Team Bright, I suppose from now on it's a little bit easier for you to fight. You can also wait. You have this Philly Stone on Disruptor. He's getting his Aghanim's actually 800 gold away from. So gonna be there shortly. One of the only remaining ways to mute, right?
Yes. One of the only ways that you can still mute a player in the game. It's that and level 25 Doom, but literally nothing else can mute items.
Alchemist popped his ulti. It seems like he wants to do something here mid, but yeah, decides not to. Their bottom lane is being split pushed by Morphlings, so...
We've also seen this kind of game before from Heat, right? Where the team is... He's just very far away from them at pretty much all times. Just split pushing, farming, putting pressure on the map. And he's doing a decent job of keeping some degree of parity with his Alchemist. Of course, Alchemist is going to be ahead of him, but he's been 5k ahead at a very even level for a while. So he's not being completely outstripped. And eventually he'll catch up with the items.
Yeah, like one good thing as well that they really do with Heat when he's split pushing all the time is they make sure that they have one support next to him. Like he's kind of protecting him, sitting on his side. In case there's a smoke gang coming in, he's the one breaking it, right? Like, so it's not Heat just being alone somewhere and being picked off every single time. That's Irving's job. He's the one alone and dying.
They do finish the Aghanim Scepter now on this Lycan. So they have the Wolfbite available. They really want to find an engagement though, and they might get lucky this time. The Wolves will scout out both Heat as well as Phoenix on the Imitator. The question is, can they find a grab here? They go in, blink, lift back onto Heat, but he just waveforms, TP's out, he's A-okay. Oh, Imitator, oh no! Didn't cancel his dive, ends up dead.
He tried to, like, TP mid-dive, thinking that's gonna buy him enough time, but yeah. Maybe if he started TPing while he was channeling Sunray, I think maybe he would have survived, but still, it was a hard one. But that's the point, right? He dies, still the carry survives. Top lane, Lesh and Ember beefing it out.
Yeah, but it's always like this, right? Lesh is like, I got this out, it's Ember.
Yeah.
This is pointless. It's 4 heroes.
Oh, they're gonna fight bot.
Team Bright, they get a big ravage going out onto the Alchemist. They drop the ultimates, and that enables them to kill the Alch off. Gon pops BKB just to escape away from these heroes, but they want more. They're not done with this just yet. Disruptor not in range for a glimpse at the moment, but Heat has the Ember Spirit form. They're able to get the grab onto SJ. That will enable them to kill him.
Oh,
Beautifully
man.
done by Team Bright.
Yeah, you're taking one objective after another without anyone defending it. You kind of forget that you are killable and you don't have Aegis anymore. This Alchemist just disappeared. I don't even think they needed a Static Storm. It was a major Static Storm though still. He has an Aghanim's level 12. In the future, if they can continue ravaging the way they did, Alchemist certainly falls because of the Static Storm follow-up. Meanwhile, Rubik also stole Ravage, so that's kind of positive for Holy Grail, right? Like the next fight might be theirs, but they need to actually do something. This Morphling is becoming pretty damn scary. That's a Skadi Manta, getting closer to the Satanic as well.
That's a very scary Morphling. Terrifying prospect to have to deal with this hero. And he's also gonna queue up the Butterfly for after that. So then suddenly Lycan pretty much does no damage. Alchemist gonna struggle with the damage output as well. Heat doing his thing, and they're gonna still pressure this tier 2 tower down bottom. I remember you mentioned that in game 1, when Holy Grail were trying to mount this push with Beastmaster, they didn't full commit, but with Heat, you don't even have to commit that hard. You can still get yourself the tier 2, even if you know they're taking Aegis right now.
Yep, and it's much easier for him to escape, right? It's a Morphling. Morph into Strength, waveform out TP. Most of the time you will not fall, so... You couldn't really do anything better at the moment too, right? Like, there's no way you contest that Roshan. Your Ravage is on 30 seconds cooldown. You have Static Storm and Egg, but that's just not enough. You need the Ravage to fight, so... They made the best out of the situation, I think, at least.
I have to play against another Aegis right now, so we've gotta just hang tight, play in the back edge. Imitator, though, doing something we've seen him do before, has finished off his rushed Scythe of Vice, given that he did have access to the Philly Stone. So more control that they have for Team Bright to try and deal with this Alchemist, and more control that he can't BKB through.
We'll take that.
What do you think? You know the Ursa, right? Mm-hmm. Where you can enrage with like with Ags and stuff through debuffs. Should there be like a super BKB that allows you to BKB through hexes?
A super BKB? Didn't we just nerf BKBs? Didn't we make them like a bit worse?
Yeah,
for
you
the
nerf
sake
the normal BKB, but then you buff the super BKB.
How do you buy the super BKB? Just a recipe with the BKB, or do you have to combo it? BKB and a Reaver.
BKB plus Revenant's Brooch.
Yes, let's do it. I like the idea. BKB plus Rapier. You need to buy a Rapier.
Yeah. And then it drops when you die, so then you don't have BKB or Rapier.
It gives you this. It gives you the super BKB, but Imitator breaks the smoke once again.
Yep, that's his job. Can he TP out of this? Oh, DQQ doesn't get to him in time. Noda's gone. He's actually out. He's cool.
Yeah, nicely done. This guy is actually making plays while we're shit talking. Oh, and old chat.
Yeah, some old-fashioned old chat.
I know exactly what he said there. Noobs get wrecked.
Honestly, in this series, I would be very frustrated if I was Holy Grail. The amount of times that this Imitator guy has broken our smokes, been the first one we find in an initiation, so we can't even get a more value kill. And even if he dies in a fight, somehow still setting up his team for success. Very annoying player to play against.
100%. Getting closer to Refresher as well. Has that Hex completed. Let's see, they want to take this fight. The problem is they are still playing versus Aegis. If they kill Ember though...
Oh, Gone gets hexed. He didn't expect this. He didn't see it coming out of the Phoenix. He does die, but there's a huge chaotic offering that drops down as well. With the Fatal Bonds, Summer, though, can't lay out the damage. He's taking too much hurt from Heat. He has to run away from this fight, but he gets glimpsed back. He doesn't have his BKB. He puts it back in after the Aegis pops.
They have Ravage now.
Will they have Ravage available? They should be able to kill him off here. They don't even need the Ravage to do it. Heat is just that strong right now. Both Ember and Alchemist brought down by Team Bright in a single team fight.
Yeah, that Lycan is forced to run away. Actually, okay, turns on the Phoenix. Okay.
I don't know about this one, buddy. Gotta get out of here. Can't munch on this bird. And then Irving actually blinks after him, hoping to catch him with a Gush. But Gush is still on cooldown. Didn't want to pop the solo Ravage without Heat being nearby. so the Wolf can scurry away to safety.
Oh man, that fight was actually really damn well played by Team Bright. So cool. The egg literally, I mean, look, the fact that they killed off Ember that early on was due to the hex, right? Like, they managed to hex him. He wasn't aware of it. He gets hexed down, he dies. But the egg afterwards is what makes it even better. Look, like the dive, now they try to go in with the eggs, with the Lycan, but the egg stuns them through BKB, and then on top of that, the Phoenix is sun-raying and saving everyone from damage. Crazy.
Crazy fight indeed. Back in the real world, there's another fight that's been broken out because Undyne has tried to get himself away after killing off DQQ, but ends up dead for his efforts. Unfortunately, Gone can't find anybody else in the situation, but fortunately, because it's Disruptor that's dead, doesn't have to worry about Glimpse Static Storm right now.
Yeah, Imitator just chatting this game up. Let's see, can they catch the Ember?
They're trying.
Yeah,
they have a Remnant in the right position though, so he's fine.
Yeah, this time around Phoenix wasn't around to hex him. That's the only thing he actually needs to be careful about, right? Like, the Ravage probably not gonna connect when they're chasing him and he sees them. Let's see, there is a Wolf going in, the Alchemist Wolf.
He's channeling a stun as well, going on to Phoenix when I'm trying to get the solo kill. But there's a shield rune from this Phoenix, and look at the damage Summer is taking from Heat. Has to get himself out of here. Phoenix finding the Hex to Gone, but they mistimed the Ravage. So Gone's able to get off his BKB and escape the fight. SJ, though, not so lucky as he's been brought down already by the Smurfling. And that fight, Lizard, they started it on the side of Holy Grail, but there's almost no way they were going to get that kill.
Yeah, I think he felt a little bit too strong because he's a wolf, right? He's a little doggy running in. He thinks he's invincible, but come on, man. Like, you're not taking down a Lash. 3k HP, Shiva's Guard, Bloodstone on top of that to pop it. That was a really difficult kill to go for. In the end, Warlock for Ravage, actually not even that bad, I would say.
Yeah, definitely not. They still have more teamfight tools, though. They still have this Glimpse into Static Storm. They still have Hex. And they don't have Supernova and Ravage, though. That's going to be a pretty big deal. So it might make them back off. But look how confident they feel. Instead of just backing off completely, they smoke around. They might catch Tome. He's revealed himself a little bit. They get the ward out, but just in time, he finds himself on the high ground. Nope, he still gets back into the Static Storm, into the right clicks of Heat, and he is just gone on the Lycan. At the same time here, DQ getting jumped on the high ground. Beautiful stun came out from Summer, but even better counter initiation.
That's game right there.
As well on the high ground. A triple kill for Heat with his Morphling. And the Gone cannot do anything to stop this from happening. Instead, he actually just gets glimpsed back. Give him an ultra kill on the Water Boy. And might as well call GG because he is not going to die ever again in this game.
Yeah, unfortunately for Holy Grail, they had a decent start to the game, but I don't think they can defend this. They have 3 buybacks. It's for TI. Never mind, they still GG. It is TI, but still, it's not gonna do any miracles. If you buy back, you still lost this quite convincingly. Very methodical, nice approach by Team Bright in game 1 and game 2.